Well, here we are. Hello.
Hi. Oh, hi.
We're
Ryan
officially
Lester
live
Smith
everywhere.
And Josh, and I don't know who else joined. I just saw that big Josh said Revolution Brewing released a new brew today called Gravedigger Billy, and Ryan runs Disney's here, and I guess Elvira's here too.
Well, hello.
Like some of the names come stacked on top of each other, and I can't really tell. But welcome everybody to the Wednesday night beer chat. Yay!
I'm sharing right now. So stand by.
And Meg is here on Instagram. Yes, yes. Will you, like, while you're sharing, will you navigate us to the comments so I can see?
I will.
While
indeed.
You're sharing?
I'm doing that as we speak.
Yeah.
As you guys are coming in, say hello. Tell us who you are, where you're from, what you're drinking tonight.
Yes, do.
If anything. And that goes for everybody, regardless of the platform that you are on. And we are currently live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and the gram.
Hey, Ryan. So I just want you to know that, and hey, James J. Williams, Ryan, I want you to know, I believe that you will be a key piece of our episode artwork when we release our 10K episode from Disney. Next week?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, yeah. Telling.
I have to look at the feed.
Yeah. So Cheryl Shenanigans healing nicely and on Instagram here with us.
Excellent.
Main Street Miles Meg. We're getting hit hard by a wicked storm this weekend.
So are we. And
a lot of alliteration from English teachers and reading content area specialist, master
you
teacher
literary people.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have the alliteration for you, but I did get tagged in a post today over on Facebook, and it was JoJo talking about how the forecast is for falling iguanas here in South Florida as the cold front is pushing south. And I had to explain that that's actually a thing for us living here in Southwest Florida.
You did.
A lot of people don't know that. The falling iguanas thing started out kind of as a joke.
Jojo is now in the chat.
Hey, Jojo.
Here. He's telling the story about the iguanas, Jojo.
So, yeah. So we actually have, iguanas are an invasive species here in Florida. And we have them. They've kind of started in the Keys, moved their way up to, they're moving their way north in Florida. We now have them here in our city of Cape Coral, Florida. And they're everywhere. And they get rather large. I mean, they're no natural predators. We have tons of them, and they thrive in our environment. Well, when we get a cold snap down here, what ends up happening is because they're cold-blooded, they do their best to sun themselves, but they normally sleep up in the safety of trees. And what happens is when it gets really cold, they basically go into a comatose state. Their body slows down. They kind of, go into like a torpor almost, and they'll fall out of trees. And you had people picking them up thinking they were dead, only to find out that they're not dead. They're basically asleep. So when they warm up, they wake up. And, iguanas started out as people's pets. They're not really going to hurt you, but you get quite the shock of your life if you throw them in the, in your trash can or your. Are
you hearing this? Is audio working over here? Let me know.
I certainly hope so. Oh my gosh. I didn't even think about that.
I'm just checking.
Is audio working? We should have asked. So the falling iguanas is actually a thing. This happened a few years ago. It made the news locally, and then that went national. So, and even James is over here on Facebook saying it happened in 2019 while they were down here. So it's pretty funny, but people who've never been to Florida, they're not used to the type of flora and fauna that we have here. Yeah. Falling iguanas in the wintertime, absolutely a thing. And over on the tubes, we have Trip Billy. Hey, lady.
Yay!
Welcome back. We've missed you.
Oh, James J. Williams.
And James is letting us know audio is great over here.
And Cheryl.
And Cheryl, thank you so much.
And Elvira's here with like the lizard little emojis to let us know that we can be heard.
Yeah, we have so many of them here in our city that there's a gentleman who goes around hunting them.
I don't understand that. Why?
Because they're invasive. And they're
I feel like I'm having a science lesson.
You are having a science lesson. And this tonight's science lesson brought to you by beer. Well,
while you're doing the science lesson, I'm gonna make sure we can read the details.
Amy's gonna get the deets on the beer.
I'm gonna be
so
right back.
The whole thing, that people are worried about iguanas because they get big. They get about 6 feet long, and they're like, oh my gosh, they'll scratch you and they'll whip you with their tail. No, they won't. They're gonna run from you, and they're gonna climb up a tree if they get a chance. If you grab hold of one, well, yes, obviously, but they're pretty darn docile. I mean, my sister used to keep one as a pet, and the thing wandered around her apartment. So, they don't do harm. Josh is over here on the tubes as well. Hello, Josh. We are having a beer tonight that we're going to talk about in just a second, courtesy of Josh and his 1,400-mile beer run. And just like deer, don't hunt them. Don't hunt them. They're taken over. Exactly. This is Life is also over here on Facebook.
Mark, how's the running going? I have to
say. Let us know. Give us your running update, sir.
Yes.
And Trip Billy.
Hey,
yes.
Meg is still here. Cheryl says, when we come to Virginia, you have to get some Bold Rock hard cider to try. Has anybody else had that?
I think we may have seen it, but we've never had it that I'm aware of.
Well, JoJo says she loves Bold Rock hard cider. And I feel like Josh is going to put a joke in the chat that we may not be able to share.
Like cider made by a company called Dickens?
Oh my God.
That's a whole internet meme. You can Google it. So anyway, let's.
I just can't.
I'm not saying it in that order. So
I'm so sorry, but Meg is thinking about doing Virginia Beach.
Nice.
The Shamrock.
Oh, that'd be great.
I'm so excited about that. Anyway, I'm sorry.
And Josh is over here saying hard cider.
I interrupted you. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Because you're going to be tasked with reading about our beer. And this beer is courtesy of patron of the show, Josh, who's over on the tubes right now. Thank you so much, Josh. You are a rock star for running this to us. And we're going in a different direction. We paused the superhero themed beers from Revolution to
Darlene is in the chat also. Darlene.
Excellent, Darlene. So I hope everything's going good. So
we're thinking of you and Dave.
Absolutely. And we got John
Schroeder
over here on Facebook as well.
Oh, John Schroeder.
So
congratulations on your success too.
Tonight's beer is from a brewery called Surly. I'm feeling kind of surly. And Surly Brewing. And this is a tart ale. We don't normally do sours and tart beers typically. So this is going to be kind of a stretching of the palate, trying to, expand our horizons.
Apparently.
But this is...
Do you know, like it says brewed aggressively in Minnesota on their website?
Is it brewed aggressively or is it aggressively in Minnesota?
I don't know.
Like...
I'm not sure about...
A comma would really help in that situation.
It's like a title in all caps. I don't know.
And we got prayers going out for Dave over here on the YouTube. So Surly Brewing. This is the Black Cherry Supreme Tart Ale. Number one, I am a huge fan of cherry. I'm a huge fan of black cherry specifically, especially if you're talking about things like ice cream.
Well, Black Cherry Supreme.
I'm going to pour while you are reading.
It's tart ale with natural flavor added. I don't know what that means. Natural flavor must be
hopefully cherry juice,
like cherry juice or cherries themselves. Hops Listen, you said we were done with superheroes. It's warrior hops. Something
I
I
love
can
that.
pronounce tonight. I can pronounce it. Yes. Sorry, I got a little loud. Yeah. Anyway, the malt, it's Pilsner malt. Interesting. Unmalted wheat, carafoam, and acidulated.
Common spelling.
Color called hay straw. The English ale yeast, very low ABV, no number, or very low IBU, and there's no number given. The ABV is 4.5%. Yes.
Okay.
Brewed for supreme refreshment. Crisp finish. Black Cherry Supreme isn't a dream. It's supreme to the extreme. It's
Okay.
a rhyme, Meg.
I actually like their
It's
copy. That's very good.
It's a rhyme, Meg. Yeah. Woohoo! I think we need, yeah. Oh, who's going? Oh, Cheryl's got to have dinner. And she can't drive because it's like several hours away. Shamrock, but maybe she wants to make it over there someday, but she won't. And then she had to go eat dinner. And Meg said, "Are you doing Virginia Beach?" And it's on her list. She's trying to make it work this year. Cheryl says, JoJo messaged Cheryl that not sure if it's good or bad what he meant. So she had to go to dinner. We all speak autocorrect.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. I am fluent in Taiwanese.
Yes. And I'm trying with the poetry skills. I used to do oral interpretation in speech and debate.
Yes.
Where you had to like do poetry readings and you had to be all the characters. So just, you could make fun of me now. It's okay. I'm a nerd. Is that a straw color?
A hay straw yellow color. Straw? This is Josh is saying it's brewed aggressive.
Darlene loved it when she did Virginia Beach 2 years ago. So she's giving us details.
Oh, hey, a good report on that's nice because we've never done that race and we're looking forward to it, but we haven't done anything in Virginia at all. And we haven't done that race. So,
and we want to know about, anything good there that we should eat or drink or both.
Minnesota is a whole different climate, Josh says. And so, yeah. And warrior hops.
Warrior hops.
Yes. So I'm very cool.
Warrior hops.
Hillary,
welcome.
Hello. Cheers. This is aggressively, heavily carbonated based on, you can see the bubbles rising on the camera.
Oh.
And this smells like cherry.
I feel like it's a tart Jolly Rancher. That's my opinion. Darlene's going to fill us in on a few places we should hit while we're in Virginia.
Okay, that gets your cheeks drawing. It's
tart.
It's tart, but it's not. We've had way more sour beers in the past, though.
Which you have described aptly as what?
That's not safe for work.
I guess you can't say it. Mark, are you going? Did you tell us about your running?
Yeah, I didn't, Mark. I did not see a running update, man. Let us know.
For Princess Weekend, yeah.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, we need to know. Darlene is getting questions over here on Instagram about which hotels to stay at and all that. Is St. Patty's Day race course the same as Rock and Roll in Summer? See, I don't know. I don't know what the rules are. See, but I think Darlene might know.
Oh, excellent.
What?
Mark just joined the Runcation Nation.
Oh.
So, yay, we'll see you over in the group.
Yay.
He has a show, though.
This is life.
Yes. He's doing his live stream, and then he's doing his run to train tonight.
Oh, good. That's good.
Let us know how it goes.
Yeah.
Give us your update.
Bundle up or do treadmill.
Yeah, if it's cold where you're at, bundle up for sure.
Yeah. And what is she saying? What is Hillary saying?
Hillary's saying, hello, family, sup? Hello, James. It's very perfect.
What is very perfect?
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, so Baby Kangaroo has joined the chat.
Well, hello, Baby Kangaroo.
So, and Main Street Miles Meg is now, I love how I just don't call her Meg. I just announce the handle. I don't know. Sorry. She's putting an IPA in the freezer so I can join in the beer drinking quickly.
Excellent.
And Baby Kangaroo. I feel like we know this person, but I'm drawing a blank on the first name.
And Amy is usually very good with first names and the handles.
I hate that. She had a great hotel near the start and finish. Also, some awesome places for nachos and shrimp and grits in Virginia Beach.
Oh, sign me up. That is one of my go-to dishes almost always.
I can't wait. And Jojo says all the beer is sour for her.
If you're not a beer fan, I get it. I totally do. But some are more sour than others. And we've had some farmhouse ales and some sours that are just incredibly
very like facial expressions are bad.
Yeah, absolutely. This is actually very pleasant. This has a great black cherry flavor. The body is light. The carbonation is high. And I really wasn't expecting that quite so much. I mean, this is almost like a seltzer, but very light. This would be a good for me.
Of course, it's not really hoppy because it's a tart.
Exactly. And I like cherry flavored beers this time of year. This time of year, honestly, one of my favorite mass produced beers. And if you have it available in your area and you want to maybe, broaden your beer palate a little bit, give Samuel Adams Cherry Wheat a try. That's one of their regular production beers. The cherry wheat is not bitter, not hoppy, great hint of cherry flavor, easy drinking, not a high ABV.
I like it, cherry wheat.
And that's a good entry beer for craft beer.
Not a lot of people are like, oh, Sam Adams sometimes, but there's a lot that they make that I really like.
Sam Adams, I know the real beer snobs in a lot of the beer groups are all over them. Like they spill more beer than real craft breweries brew an entire year. I get it.
I try to love it all.
But that is the brand that is really the jumping off point for a lot of people.
Yeah, that's true. I'm not a huge beer fan, Meg says, either.
Thank you,
Jojo.
Hillary. Oh,
but no wine in the house tonight. So she's, so improvising. She's improvising. What does Hillary say?
Hillary was saying that the audio was perfect. Thank you, Hillary.
Excellent.
We appreciate that.
We try. And do you know what? Our patrons are responsible. I want you to know. The people who financially support our show, they have allowed us to get this lovely gear. And the gear we normally use for Instagram, which is the Rode mics that you sometimes see us with that are charging right now because Amy forgot to charge them.
Well, we used them a lot.
I know, but all of them, it's in no small part to everybody who supports us like that. And by the way, thank you to everybody who helped fundraise for Donna, who has so far because there's still time. And all for the Donna Foundation, for those families fighting breast cancer. And one of the donors so generously is in the chat. Josh has donated to the fundraising campaign.
Yes.
In addition to buying shirts and running and being our person in charge of hashtags. I can't thank you enough. And everybody who has shared the fundraiser, who has like Meg is all over the shirts. And I know that I'm probably forgetting somebody, but I'm filled with joy and I'm filled with gratitude. You go.
Okay.
I can't thank you enough.
This is such an important race for us on a personal level, because of course everybody who's been listening for any time knows I lost my mom in 2016 to stage 4 metastatic breast cancer, and the statistics are 1 in 8 women are going to be impacted by breast cancer, and that's a horrible number, and we need to get that number. We need to take care of that. And, the fact that we've got an amazing community that we are growing and that is supporting this cause, and we try to help support other causes as well. But, this is kind of the one we've adopted. It is just incredible. And, it is, when we see the emails, letting us know we've hit the fundraising goal, or we see the emails from
dinner, Elvira.
Pure Creative Apparel that tells us that, the shirts are getting bought, and it's, and shout out to Pam and Ariel who donated the design work. And Ariel's the real deal. He's designing stuff for, multi-million-dollar companies that everybody watches their stuff. And we'll just leave it at that. But everybody's out there watching their stuff, and he's designing stuff for them. So he's the real deal. And he's like, oh yeah, I'll give you that. No problem.
Yeah.
And just doing it, so thank you to everybody. And, we're going to keep those shirts up and available. That money's going to go, all that money's going to Donna. We're not seeing a dime of that. And we just, we are so thankful for all of you. And, and Josh made a huge dent in that. And so we wanted to recognize him specifically.
Meg and her mother are doing the virtual, and I imagine that they will be wearing the shirts during the virtual.
Excellent.
And
we want selfies.
I hope that they post pictures and tag us.
Yes.
Yes.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
That'd be super cool.
And if Amy can ever get it together, that's me.
There's been a lot going on. We are at work. Work's been nuts. We're trying to get everything wrapped up ahead of time. Amy's been working, actually doing a lot overtime. Come to find out, with Donna and that Donna race weekend, there have been some strategic moves.
That is true.
Start line, finish line, race location for the 5K, not the social shakeout run, but the 5K.
We've been talking for 2 years about the places where we run these races.
Yeah.
And the social shakeout run on Friday, that's still at Southern Grounds Coffee Shop in Jacksonville Beach. That hasn't changed. But the whole thing about the race weekend is they have relocated the expo and relocated the 5K to the Jacksonville Fairgrounds.
So we're modifying some of the meetup locations. We were going to get the itinerary out and let everybody know, like, here's kind of our idea for meetups. Meetups is still happening.
Yeah.
It is still coming.
We just want to make sure that we organize it in such a way that it's not a major pain in the ass. for getting Ubers and traveling all over Jacksonville. Yeah.
And we're trying to make it make as much sense geographically as possible.
Like, if we're near a certain place that we were going to meet up to eat on the 5K day instead of the half or something like that. So we want to make sure that we plan it. Susie's in the chat too. Boom.
Hello, Susie.
Yeah. So I just, I'm working on it after work and before work. So
while she's still getting her training runs in. So
thanks for your patience.
Yes. Also, Josh is asking over in the chat if we're getting the other levels of Patreon. Yes. Honestly,
they're working on that too.
They are written. If I could, if somebody,
I want to add 2 more things actually.
Okay. So she's going to finish her edits. We're going to get those uploaded and we're trying to come up with things that make sense, that people will feel like they're getting value. And we want, at those levels that are going to be beyond what we currently are offering, we want those to be like extra special and things that we can do over time.
And I also want to add to the original levels of Patreon, just give a little bit of love.
Absolutely.
Sprinkle a little of love.
Yeah.
To the original levels.
So it is coming. Also, update on the website. I know that I was saying that new facelift is coming for the website. So I do all this work on the back end of the website, and then I get to the part where we have our episodes listed, and then find out that I'm having problems with the text for the episode titles. So I'm almost having to start over at square one. So new website is going to be coming. Same address. You don't have to go anywhere new. Just a better look and feel, or an updated look and feel.
So over here in the chat, what I love is going on right here is Jojo and Meg are like, hey, swap me your address. I need to send you something, because if you're running virtually, I have a present for you. Well, I do too, Meg, you and your mom. And so, and anybody else who is running virtually that I just don't know, you all have to help me. I'm sorry, my contacts are so dry.
Her contracts are dry.
Yeah, y'all have to help me and tell me, because I'm not. I should just sign up for the 5K in the virtual team, because because I need to get my little gift to our virtual runners.
Yes.
Once it arrives, which is hopefully tomorrow.
Well, I went to the post office box today. Nothing was there.
Tomorrow, they said. Tomorrow,
okay.
Tomorrow.
So, Pure Creative for the win. Absolutely. Pam and Ariel are absolute rock stars. And Susie, hello, Susie. And yes, Josh is asking if we're going to do pre-race meeting when we get there. I think so. We are going to be, we're going up on Thursday to the Jacksonville area, and we're going to be driving. So for us, it's about a 5-hour drive. We're going to cruise through and pick up stuff from Pure Creative Apparel on our way up. So,
hi, Susie.
Yeah, we will be there at some point, and we'll send we will send messages to everybody who's going to be there in town. And
tell Mark, yes, nomination soon.
Yes, Mark, absolutely. We are looking so forward to doing that again this year. As we get into awards season, we'll do our own foodie awards for This Diz Life's podcast. I'm loving that. So,
can you mail beer? Is the question over here on Instagram.
I don't really know the answer to that. I know that there are services that ship beer. I think that it depends on the state you're originating in, I think, and the state it's landing in. But I don't know. That might be one of those where you got to check with your postmaster or your post office.
Oh, she was asking you.
I don't know.
It was good that I told you.
Yeah, I honestly don't know, because there are a couple of services I've been looking at online to maybe consider reviewing for the show. And say, hey, this is available. This is an app. You can go in. There are a couple that are out there for craft beer lovers, and you can select and get like either a can
Drizzly,
or a bottle,
like Drizzly,
like
or
Drizzly,
something.
Tavor.
Oh yeah.
But like, I don't know if it works everywhere.
She says she's in a live free or die state, so I'm thinking it's okay on my end. That's what she says.
Yeah, it may very well be. We certainly are in a live free or die state.
And listen, Mark, let's message about nominations.
Yeah, let's plan that soon.
It. Give us categories. We'll get there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll have to look up Florida. I don't know. Josh has driven us beer.
Yeah, and now Josh overachieved, and we love that about Josh. He may have been able to mail it, but we wouldn't have gotten a chance to meet him. And I'm glad that we did and got to hang out. And, in fact, as I was going through, I think Josh, our group selfie by the wall at Nice Guys may end up on the website.
Ooh, that'd be good.
Yeah.
And also,
if it's okay.
Ryan Runs Disney says you can mail it without telling them.
You can until
I can't do it. Did I do it?
Oh, you did it. You did the wink. Yeah, you can until like, and case in point, ordering stuff from Amazon. I ordered, like Clorox cleanup once. I had a bottle of Clorox cleanup rupture in the post office. Next thing you know, they damn near have a hazmat situation on their hands.
Pretty bad.
And they're like, yeah, can you stop having your Amazon delivery sent here? And I'm like, no, y'all won't deliver it to the house because we have a PO box. And
yeah, we don't take mail at the house.
And they're like, oh, okay, well, here you go. Here's your case of broken Clorox. And you call Amazon or you message Amazon. They're like, refund and keep it. We don't want it back. So I don't know.
For Wonderland, Jen is here.
Hello, Jen.
Tell us how the taper is going to, because we asked Mark about his training. We want to know about Jen's training. And she said, if I am remembering right, Jen, are you also, in addition to Meg and her mom, running the virtual so that I need to mail you the little gift that I'm bringing for everybody?
Let us know.
Yeah, let us know. And Susie says, I've used a flat rate box with no issue.
And see, it may be fine. I think it might be fine until it's not fine.
Do we need a lawyer?
But because even then, I think what happens is it gets confiscated. I don't know. This is why I think you got to check with your post office.
Google to the rescue.
Yeah. It's just a weird thing. I once tried to mail somebody sand from a beach and a seashell, and it got damaged in transit by the Postmaster General's office.
That's what I'm afraid of. Like they'll steal it.
That could happen. Or,
that's assuming bad things happen though.
Well, it's like anything. There's always going to be a small percentage. I think as a whole, absolutely not.
Susie says the post office says no beer.
And see, I think
no
maybe
beer.
The official thing is no, but it also might be one of those things where they turn a blind eye. I don't know.
I don't know either. But,
Exactly. And Josh has hit the nail on the head. You don't need mail when you've got good friends. And people who are used to driving insane distances.
JoJo also reports shipping via FedEx or UPS is merely a violation of those companies' internal policies and that no laws are broken. August.
And
then she says, LOL. And then JoJo says, New Englanders unite.
You know what it is? Those services probably use something like DHL or Laser Ship, and they're like, we will send anything anywhere. We don't care.
I don't
Those
know.
Companies. I've seen the way that some of their drivers drive, and I'm like, oh boy.
And then when you open it, it's like the confetti that we had in here at Donna last year, where we're still finding things.
I may still have some confetti in here.
Yeah.
I found pieces last week on the show.
We're still finding them. I don't know. Hey, last week we did pizza rolls versus bagel bites on Friday Night Live.
Yeah. We tried an experiment. We did an unannounced Friday Night Live stream, and it seemed to kind of work. So I'm wondering if that should become a thing, but it stemmed from somebody talking a whole lot of smack while we were at the grocery store.
It was him.
And we had a long run to do the next day anyway. I had actually picked out some great garbanzo bean pasta and sauce and was going to make, vegan Parmesan cheese. And, we were going to be like super duper on plan and all that. And then all the smack talk starts happening.
He did.
So I'm like, you know what? I didn't.
You did too.
We are clearly misremembering.
All I did was stand in front of the pizza rolls.
That's not how that happened.
And then look at you. Is that all it took?
Yes.
Okay. Hey, while we're talking about food, Meg says, sweet, tell Josh to come to New Hampshire and deliver my beer. And then deliver my beer to you, and I'll pay in beer and wicked good chowder.
Chowder.
Yes. And Chicago pizza, the only kind.
Wow. Ooh. So sides have been taken in that fight there. So yeah, apparently.
What? Jen, why are you going, with a period? Why? She's just, period. I don't know why.
Yeah. Well, what was I going to say?
Yeah, I don't know, but she's running. Yeah.
I completely had a brain fart there. Sorry.
So yes, JoJo.
Dirty trucks.
What?
Yeah.
JoJo Jen, running through Wonderland, Jen is running the virtual. I don't know if she's already registered or not because Meg is our team captain and can see that. I haven't registered for the virtual, so I don't know. I should register for the virtual. Things I'm learning. Also, running through Wonderland, Jen says that Chicago pizza is a soup bowl. New York is the only pizza, and yeah. Now they're fighting.
Again, shots fired. Here we go.
Now they're fighting. But listen.
Is Josh over there on Instagram?
No. Too? He's over here on
I was
YouTube.
I was just didn't know if he was doing both because she's firing shots over here. Josh is firing them over here.
Josh, he's on it. Meg, Josh says he's on it. He's gonna have a plan.
Josh says he's gassing up the Kia Soul to beat the storm.
But there was a live where Dana was talking trash about said pizza bagels.
That may have happened. I got to own that one. So yeah, so that's what we were talking about. So anyway, apparently the fix was in. Amy had all of you voting for her pizza rolls, and apparently pizza rolls won the poll.
Yes.
So
pizza rolls 100%.
Yeah,
100% in the poll. I love you people. You're my people. Also
hold on, we got a great one over here.
What is
Josh
also
says,
comment?
New York pizza is the only pizza you can ship in a USPS envelope.
I mean,
who
knew
you
that
would
our
not
discussion would go to shipping tonight?
You would not get a Lou Malnati's pizza in a USPS envelope. I'm just saying.
It's not 100% because Meg voted for bagel bites, so it was not 100% correct. I feel like
Meg.
You have to
know
Meg. That. Okay.
Appreciate that.
Yeah. Although, if we're being honest, neither.
Well, that was the choice, though. I mean, that was the game. It's like
so you had to choose. There's not like I can't do an A, B, and a C in there. You can do it in a Twitter poll. But
did you do a Twitter poll?
No, I did not.
Did you do a poll where I didn't see the results?
No, only Instagram.
Oh,
only Instagram. But listen,
let's see how it is.
If I don't know if people are all about this Friday Night Live, and I don't know if we should do some trash talking and some testing of different types of potatoes.
Oh, this is true. Very true.
Tater tots.
Katie just jumped in over here. We haven't seen you in a hot minute, Katie.
Hey, Katie.
We are so glad to see you. And Katie is getting, okay, number one, we're in the presence of greatness here. Katie's channel, Popping the Popcorn for movie reviews, is taking off. She's now getting screeners sent to her.
Yay.
I mean, come on.
We don't get that.
No, well, we don't review movies, but
that's
yeah,
true. That's not our. I mean, we talk about them sometimes.
And Trip is team pizza roll.
Haha, Trip, love you. Pizza rolls. Don't hate just because you have awful taste in bread with sauce. Gosh, this is like so. Will potatoes in different versions spark this much debate?
Well, Josh is coming down the side of sweet potatoes for the win. We actually are huge fans of that. We eat a ton of potatoes, of course, doing the vegan thing 6 days a week. Sweet potatoes are great. We do like a sweet potato hash with onions and Brussels sprouts and sweet potatoes, and it's killer. And you get sweet potatoes done right. You get them crisped up on the outside, soft on the inside. Pretty awesome. And you get that combination of, like shaved Brussels sprouts with.
For what are we speaking about now?
The sweet potato hash.
Oh, the sweet potato hash.
Yeah.
Like the one that we did on the show?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's good. But I'm telling you, like, Meg loves all potatoes. Running through Wonderland, Jen says, I once made a potato launcher at science camp.
Oh,
all versions of potatoes is what Ryan Runs Disney says. All versions are good. Bougie256 has joined on Instagram.
Hello, Bougie.
Yeah.
Now, when we're doing
And Cape Coral Running Group.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah.
When we do really long runs, like sometimes we have a section of our running trail here in town, we'll drop styrofoam coolers at, and we will actually boil red potatoes the night before, or do them in the Instant Pot, and then we'll throw them in on ice in there. And at the end of the 3-mile stretch, we'll grab them and have a couple of potatoes.
We've done that before
when we're doing like 16, 18 miles.
Yeah.
And that's a really good nutrition source that doesn't tear up your stomach on a run.
That's true.
Or send you looking for a porta potty, which is important,
Wow.
especially if there's not one in the area.
Now I'm thinking of all sorts of things. I don't know the answer to Jojo's question. Hey, does anyone know how to approach businesses about donating to her St. Jude fundraiser? And I don't know, but if anybody knows, message her.
Yeah, best methods. I mean, you can always ask. One thing I have seen is that letters tend to get ignored.
Mm.
Emails tend to get ignored. It's usually when you are asking in person with something.
Have good dinner.
That's if you get something you can hand them, but you're talking to them in person. All right, man, get some food. Thanks for popping in, man. Yeah. And Katie's coming down on sweet potatoes also.
I've done that too, but never asked for money, she says. I raised $820 with an event and a raffle. All business said yes, but I went in person.
Ooh.
And then Jojo says, potatoes for fuel?
Yeah. That's actually
it's a thing.
It's a thing. It's not a very flavorful thing depending on how you prepare them, but it is one of those things where if you're doing a really long run, it doesn't, like I said, it's good on your system. They're bland.
Saw it in a documentary for Ironman triathlons where they followed people, and this guy was just having potatoes on the run. Yeah. So Jojo says she wants to hit that 5K this year. And Susie says she likes the Friday pop-up Red Lives.
Excellent.
So it seems like Friday Night Live should be a thing.
Friday Night Live might be a thing.
It's like our date with our people.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm down.
Pierogies are my favorite potato fuel, says Cheryl.
Okay.
From the ultra perspective.
And I love that. Okay.
Yes.
So we ended up kind of stumbling. Like I've always loved pierogies, and we hadn't had them. I don't think we'd had them in 20 years before this past year. Honestly, I don't think that we'd had them like since
probably not
first year of marriage.
But it's like undiscovered country now.
So we're looking for something that's vegan or vegetarian. We're preferably vegan. We find some that are vegan, and we decide, okay, let's get these. And the next thing you know, this is becoming a thing here in the house. So I'm doing like a little double duty, but it's a pretty quick meal where I'm boiling the pierogies. Then I'm searing them just to give them a little bit of love, a little bit of golden brown color on either side. And then sometimes I'll throw in with, I'm a huge sauerkraut fan. So I like to throw them some sauerkraut on them or with them.
Mm. Oh. No, I just love the pierogies on their own. To be completely honest. And Meg says,
I think pierogi love is universal here.
Yes.
We're getting it over here too. Trip is in agreement.
I mean, if that was in the fight, it would win. However,
it's a mashed potato dumpling. How can you not love that?
It's amazing. It's amazing. Meg says, I've often had a mild baked fish and potatoes before a long run. No pasta carb loading for her.
Now, I'm not normally a seafood person before a run. However,
we try to stay away from it.
Typically, however, you're going to hear about a seafood meal on an upcoming episode.
That's true.
That I did ahead of a race. And that's rather unusual for me.
Are you talking okay? Are you talking about what went out this week?
Yes. Sorry, that did already go out. It's past Tuesday.
Well, people could be behind.
If you haven't listened to this week's episode, I talk about that. And I forgot it's past Tuesday. The episode has gone out. So yes, and it's not something I normally do. I just tend to be a little leery, but oh, seafood pasta rocks. I don't know that I'm going to necessarily do frutti di mare, ahead of every race, but
Well, no, but this was a recommendation from the Runcation Nation. So,
so good.
I mean, come on.
If you're in the metro Atlanta area and you're looking for amazing Italian food, you need to listen to this week's episode.
Yeah.
Or if you're traveling to the city, this is absolutely worth your time.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, this, yeah. Yeah, the 5K was last week, and then the half is this week. And JoJo was instrumental in that and deserves a producer credit.
Yes, she's literally taking notes and like quizzing us, like, okay, tell me what you're thinking.
Yeah.
And she's taking the notes as we're tasting. And I mean, her notes were awesome.
Yes. I mean, we used them for the episode.
I believe you have her in the show notes.
Well, yeah, let me make sure, because I don't want it to be like, I don't want it to be like I left it out. Jeez. So there are things happening on Instagram that you need to know about. Everybody needs to know about. Meg says it's hard to get bad haddock. Sole or cod stays fresh for a while.
That is true.
I wouldn't mess with other seafoods before a race. So she's saying like maybe not shellfish, right?
And agreed. However, I went bold and I went for shellfish. You're absolutely correct, though. I don't know that I've actually ever had bad cod or haddock.
Yeah. So, and then JoJo says sauerkraut, sauteed onions with butter and cottage cheese is the filling my Polish grandma made.
Oh, that sounds incredible.
Cheryl's back and she says, the last trail race I volunteered at, we had pierogies, falafel, avocado, tortilla slices, boiled potatoes, veggie broth, and rice for vegan options, fruit and chips too. Ultra runners.
Yeah, ultra runners I've heard that they eat really well.
It's like a buffet of magic.
And I could totally go for the falafel.
Oh,
flavor
Jennifer
wise.
Fink is here. Jennifer Fink.
Jen,
Yay.
how are you? I could go for the falafel. The only problem with falafel for me is as it gets cold, if it's served cold, I don't know that I would dig that too much. And there's a good bit of fiber in falafel.
She's given herself the hashtag copious note taker, JoJo. Copious note taker.
Executive producer in charge of food notes.
That's true. Totally.
So, opinions on the beer. We're bringing it back to the beer.
I'm so sorry.
Opinions on the beer.
I love, and I know we're getting opinions about potatoes, which seems amazing to me. I just, like tater tots, French fries, hash browns.
Well, we also, this past week, we ended up getting like a sampler of potatoes to cook and have here at home. So it was fingerlings, those Dutch purple ones, the little Dutch gold ones, regular Yukon golds. We actually have like 5 different kinds of potatoes in this house right now.
Jennifer Fink, boiled potatoes during my runs, my favorite. There you go.
Okay, so we're not the only crazy ones doing boiled potatoes. That's good to hear. Okay.
I don't know.
You didn't give me opinions on your beer.
I don't know.
I asked you for opinions on the beer.
It's tart. It's not as tart as others we've had. I like it better than other tart beers we've had, like that are just too sour to even enjoy because of the pucker factor.
Yes.
That's what I think.
Would you drink another pint of this?
I get subtle black cherry notes. I love the level of carbonation. I would drink another pint. And clearly you poured us one to share.
Yes.
JoJo.
She missed that.
I'm horrible because I don't see your producer credit on the website, but I know I put it on Podbean.
It'll be on the website in about 10 minutes.
Yeah. I can't believe that. Well, hold on. Yeah, I did. Here we go. It's in the eating section.
Oh.
It's in the eating section. It's fine. It says that JoJo was our Uber driver. And and she got us there. We just need to add about the notes. That's all. That's
Okay.
all. So I was almost there. Live and learn.
We got this.
I got to do it on the computer though.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
So,
yes.
All right. I'm at the end of my beer.
Well, a buffet of magic at an ultra is what Meg says.
Yeah, clearly the ultra runners have got this figured out, except for the whole running 100-something miles.
Well, Jennifer Fink is drinking sweet red wine tonight.
Ooh.
And I'm like, ooh, what is it like Lambrusco or what? I want to know what that is. And it's all kept warm, Cheryl says on that trail run. And
Trip is over here on the YouTube saying, and do not eat at a certain Chinese place before the Donna. I can promise you, Trip, there is a 0% chance that I'm not there yet. Like the question is, who hurt you? Yeah, I know who hurt me, and I cannot.
Dawn is in the chat.
Do Chinese ahead of a race now?
No,
at all.
Of
any kind.
We had it at a restaurant when we were traveling, and it made us so sick at Tinkerbell 2014. Oh my God, Dawn. So happy to see Dawn be Donna, Dawn be Disney. We're counting down. I'm so excited. Yay. And a lot of people here are saying, okay, potato people, how do you carry the potatoes?
Well, typically, like for us, we didn't carry them. We put them in the styrofoam cooler and drop them at,
during
strategic
training
place.
runs. But if you're in a race, what do you do?
A lot of people would throw them in the same compartment or pouch you would normally carry your other nutrition in. But instead of just, having the potatoes loose, you would throw them in like a sandwich bag.
That's what a couple of people were saying here in the chat over on Instagram is that, you would do. I believe that is how I did it when we had that for a couple of the nighttime wine and dines at Disney.
Yes.
Yeah. So there you go. And Dawn is super excited about the Donna.
And I was also going to offer that if you're traveling to a race and you're staying in a hotel, a lot of times it's hard to find race-friendly food. Maybe you don't have the microwave in your room, but you're looking for something. If your hotel has a restaurant, 99% of the time,
we've done it.
That restaurant has potatoes on the menu
because of like steak and all that.
Yeah. If they have any kind of potato on the menu, they can do you a roasted or microwaved or baked potato.
Yeah.
And
we've done that.
We have. And you can take that and then take that, get that you could do the room service or carry out, and then you can take it with you the following morning. Just put it in your hotel fridge. And that's a great way to carry like a clean, tummy friendly carb with you on a big run where you're traveling and maybe you don't have the means to cook and prep. Cook and prep can be difficult. We could actually do an entire episode on that, like some suggestions for things you can get. And I love the fact that I'm seeing things like overnight oats now.
Oh yeah.
That are being sold, single serving containers. We do a lot of cereal, the single serving cereals.
Interesting.
Which are
JoJo says, I've carried beef jerky. Never thought about bacon.
You certainly could do bacon, and there's beef jerky. There's also the Epic bars. Epic does.
Cheryl's carried bacon before.
Yeah. You certainly
Epic
could.
Bars.
Epic bars. If you're looking for a savory option for nutrition on the go, and you're looking for a high protein option, Epic stuff is really good. They do bison, they do beef, they do turkey. You actually can get, but it's not jerky per se. It's more ground, but it tends to be a coarser grind, and they make a bar out of it. And it's cooked, smoked, or cured, dried, and then they add stuff into it. It's really good.
I like Epic bars.
Yeah.
I like Epic bars a lot. And like Susie's over here with JoJo going, Wonder Twin Powers activate, and then in the form of a wine glass. So people who know that, And oh, Don, we're in the same boat. We wish we were running Springtime Surprise. We're super jealous of everybody because that the Expedition Everest looks so good. That's the one. That's the one we wanted to do.
Okay, this is the one where, up until I was a little bit annoyed, Disney announced these races. It's you have to do basically a 4-day stay for 3 races. But that's because one of them is a nighttime race. The other thing is that the one race that really needed to be a nighttime, they made a daytime race. So that was kind of annoying. Didn't love that. So, and then we couldn't get into any of them. So it didn't matter. But then I see the medals.
And we're super jealous.
And this is one of those.
I love the compass.
Where I am incredibly jealous and having FOMO.
Yeah.
Because the medals for the Springtime Surprise races at Disney this year look absolutely incredible. This is one of those where I think somebody's been listening to complaints
or feedback.
Sure, we'll call it that. About, step up your design game, because and I'm guessing that the swag, the shirts and all that, if you can get any of it, will be equally awesome if the medals are any indicator.
The
resellers are going to have a field day.
Oh, Lord.
Not to start a big fight.
Nah, but listen, what is this? So also, it's a big.
What?
Are we going to see Trip at the Donna?
I don't know. Trip, are we going to see you at the Donna? Hopefully. Let us know.
She's still in the chat, and what's going on there? Did I miss a shirt? Do I need to catch up? Oh my God.
What are you talking about?
Well, what I'm bringing to our people.
Oh.
Did I miss something? Yes, and Meg also says she's excited about the princess medals as well. They look good, but the Springtime Surprise, the Expedition Everest, I was
pretty shocked. Like, they did a really nice job on that. The Expedition Everest, we loved that. We did that race every year. It was fantastic. We've got all those. They're functional compasses. It's super cool. Super, super cool.
There are Pop-Tart bites. Cheryl has introduced those in the chat over here.
Pop-Tart
bites.
No, Trip will be in Chicago. Well, hopefully you have better weather that weekend.
Oh.
Next weekend. Just saying.
Yeah.
Lame.
Yeah.
But no, the Pop-Tart bites, I've seen those. Pop-Tarts are also a great option that a lot of people use. That one tends to be pretty light on your stomach. It's sweet.
True.
If you've got
drier though,
a little bit drier. So if you want to make sure you've got either some hydration with you, or you're doing that at a hydration station, but that one's a good option as well.
Ryan says he's never run a 10 miler, so he's excited for a new distance. And Susie loves Don loves Pop-Tarts. Susie wants to try them for fuel.
And if you're new to the chat over here on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, please say hello. Tell us who you are, where you're from, what you're drinking.
Yeah.
We are wrapping this week's beer chat up. We just finished up with Surly Brewing Company's.
He's like, it's time because,
Black Cherry Supreme Tart Ale.
Beer.
That's this week's beer. So I thought it was excellent. I would certainly have this one again. I think we agreed on that one. And yes, I'm surprised to say that for a tart.
Yeah, because normally you are not a fan.
I'm not.
Of that style. So we look forward to other things from this brewing company.
Yes. Here locally, we do have a great brewery that does a lot of sours and tarts, and that's Millennial Brewing.
True.
Over in Fort Myers. They do an amazing selection of stuff. And Trip is over here in the tubes saying it was minus 16 degrees. So basically anything's going to be better. If it just gets into the positives, it'll be better there. That's crazy. Wow. I actually never experienced negative temperatures ever.
Oh, I lived in Virginia for a time. So I'm sure as a young child, I don't remember very much of it, but
as a kid in Florida, we would get winters that would get down into the 30s and 20s every now and then. But yeah.
All of the wine talk over here is educating us about Trader Joe's and things we should try, red wines, sweet wines.
We
things
still
like
haven't
that.
set foot in a Trader Joe's.
Maybe we need to do that as an adventure on the show.
I think you might be right.
Right? Yeah. Meg wanted to send us beer from Treehouse Brewing, but they don't distribute, so I assume they don't ship either.
Dang it.
We just have to come up there for a race.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Right?
So
we need more patrons first.
We do.
I know.
So with that, we're going to hopefully let everybody know new episode is up in the feed. That's a great reason to become a patron and support the show. Of course, you can listen to all of our episodes at any time by subscribing in your favorite podcatcher or going to runeatdrink.net and click on the button that says listen now. And you can go all the way back to episode 1 when we were actually a video podcast. We have all that content
and we were
up there
at
as
the
well.
Tampa beer run.
So we would love to share that with you guys. But thank you guys for
all red. I was
nervous in front of the camera.
Yes.
But it's a great option. Please check us out. And thank you guys for coming over here to Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram and hanging out with us for another hour. Thank you to Josh. If you are listening or listening back later on, thank you so much.
JoJo would also like us to do a live from Trader Joe's.
Oh,
just so you know,
a live from Trader Joe's. That could be fun.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't know what to expect having never set foot in one.
I don't know. We're going to find out. So I guess.
Sounds like she's making plans for content.
Maybe.
So that said, guys, check out the new episode up in the feed. New episode coming up on Tuesday. Apparently, we're going to be doing something on Friday. We will let you know.
I don't know. I was trying to start a fight about potatoes, but I think potatoes bring everybody together.
I know, right?
I said potatoes.
Potatoes.
Right? Sorry.
So
good night.
We will hopefully see you guys on Friday. We will also be doing coffee chat Sunday morning. And of course, next week we'll be at the Donna. So I'm looking forward to that. But guys, thank you so much again. And we will talk to you very soon.
Yay.
Bye, y'all.
You have no idea how much I needed this. Thank you.